Now, having discussed ways to analyze worry and overcome worry, now let's see how we can break the worry habit. Well, worry is also a habit. People get into a habit of worry. They worry for everything. When it is bright and sunny, they worry why it's so. If it is raining, they worry why it's raining. They worry for everything. If at all one day, if they don't worry, they worry as to why they didn't worry. So, therefore, if you are in this vicious cycle of worry, you need to break that worry habit. So, I'd like to share with you 6 ways to break the worry habit. Principle 1 says, keep busy. When we say keep busy, it does not mean be a workaholic. It means schedule your entire day. Right from the time morning you get up to the time you go to bed, ensure your entire day is scheduled. The moment your entire day is scheduled, there is no loose end of time. Therefore, worry can never enter you. For instance, virus attacks a human body when the immune system is weak. Similarly, worry enters human mind only when there's loose end of time. So therefore, in order to ensure you don't have a loose end of time, schedule your entire day. It does not mean keep on working. You schedule every activity. Even if you want to be absolutely casual, schedule the time. If you want to be lazing around, schedule it. Even if you want to worry, schedule it. So, therefore, when you schedule these things, you have the situation under your control rather than the situation controlling you. So, therefore, keep busy and ensure that you don't allow this disease of worry to creep inside you, which will disturb your ease. The next principle says, don't fuss about trifles. Now, people who have got into this vicious cycle of worry habit, they fuss for everything, fuss for every small thing. That is the expression of their irritable nature. For instance, they come home and they find the shoe is fallen off the shoe stand, and they'll stand there and give a lecture as to why the shoe should be on the stand. Or they find some water on the floor, they stand over there and tell and talk about cleanliness. And if they sit for food and if they find a dish has got less salt, then they'll give a sermon as to how this should be prepared. So all these are signs of fussing about trifles. So therefore, don't fuss about trifles. If you find the shoe off the shoe stand, take and put it up. If you find there's water on the floor, wipe it out. If you find the dish has got less salt, put some salt. So therefore the problem is solved. Now you don't have to expend your energy fussing about small things, because you're cut out for big things in life. You should be looking at the bigger events of life and use your energy to achieve that rather than fussing about trifles. So therefore, don't fuss about trifles. The next principle says, use the law of averages to outlaw your worry. Well, the law of averages is always in our favor. If you're worrying about something, you're only keeping that very close to you and you're only being blocked, or your entire vision is only on that. But if you can see the total picture and see the totality of things, then you will find the possibility of you to live healthy, the possibility of you to be happy is lots. The possibilities are lots. So therefore, use the law of averages to outlaw your worries, because law of averages says the possibility for you to live a great life is many times larger than the possibility of you having to suffer an eventuality. The next principle says, cooperate with the inevitable. Inevitable means that which you cannot avoid. Yes, what else can you do? Instead of worrying about it, just accept it. Cooperate with the inevitable. It is said, what you cannot cure, endure. Now, when you're enduring, you're going through the process without worrying but taking the reality into consideration. It is very beautifully said, for every problem under the sun, There is a solution or there is none. If there is one, try and find it. If there is none, never mind it. So cooperate with the inevitable. You know something? All of you must be crying right now. The reason is all those near and dear ones that you have are going to be away from you. They are going to leave you. Why? One day you're going to die. But having all these facts in mind, you're living a life because you have taken all these inevitables. You have learned to cooperate with the inevitable. So, therefore, if you cannot cure something, if it is something inevitable, cooperate. For all you know, you'll have all the energy to overcome that inevitable as well. The next principle says decide just how much anxiety a thing may be worth and refuse to give it more. Well, we don't say don't worry. We need to be sensitive. If you lost something or lost someone, you need to worry. But ask yourself how much. Because if you're going to make it repetitive or prolonged, you're going to become psychotic and it's going to take a lot of toll on your health. So, how much are you going to worry? Decide and worry. If you lost something, you need to be sensitive, worry about it, but ensure you don't prolong it, thereby create sickness, psychologically sickness inside you. So, therefore, decide how much anxiety a thing may be worth and refuse to give it more. The next principle says don't worry about the past. Well, past is history. You can't do anything about that which you have already done. Now, future is mystery. So, what we have right now is the present. The word present means gift. So, we have a present. We need to live in the present. Living in the present, you can learn from the past. Because past is important, because without that, you'll not be having any learning. So, therefore, learn from all that happened in the past and make yourself wise to live in the present and plan for the future with no anxiety. And the moment you can live in a manner of not worrying about the past or having any anxiety about the future, you're going to live a glorious life. Because if you see somebody sitting sad, ask them, why are you sad? The person will say, this thing happened to me. That means that person has traveled down the memory lane, picked up a sad stimuli, and has brought it to his conscious mind, looks at it, and worries about it. Now, can anybody do anything about what has happened? Nothing can be done. So, therefore, let's be mature, let's be intelligent, not to worry about the past, not to have anxiety about the future, but live in the present. This is the best present. It is rightly said, today is the tomorrow you worried about yesterday. So, the best thing you have is today, this moment. Live this moment, the present moment. Use it as a great present. And every time when you live your present well, then when you look back, your past is glorious, and then you got the energy to plan a great future. So now, following these principles, 6 principles to break the worry habit, I'm sure you're going to get out of this vicious cycle of worry and live a virtuous life of bliss and happiness.